If you didn't know before, you definitely do now that some people come to this country just to get free healthcare on the NHS, with no intention of putting anything back into the country. Healthcare tourism is real. They move here specifically for free treatment. Some fly here just for free treatment and then fly straight back home. Well, free for them, not free for the British citizens, because it's been paid for by taxpayers' money. In other words, we go to work to earn money so the government can take that money and use it to pay for their treatment, while many of us are left on waiting lists for an eternity. According to Migration Watch, it costs the NHS at least 300 to 400 million each year. Also, according to Migration Watch, the total NHS expenditure for the migrant population in 2014-15 was 18.6 billion. I was talking to a guy from Eastern Europe who had just moved here with his elderly dad, who was ill and required expensive treatment and medicine. He had lived in a few countries in Europe, including Germany, then decided to come here because he'd heard our healthcare was better. Not sure if that is true or not, but they believed it enough to move here. The son now works here and no doubt has started paying taxes, but his dad has never paid a penny into this country, and without sounding insensitive, he's not going to start now. He just comes here, gets free treatment, while our citizens, some of which have paid taxes all their lives, can't get any treatment, can't get anything. I also listened to a woman who lives in the Middle East who has no interest in moving here to get her free treatment. She just comes here, gets a flight here, gets treated, visits a few family members, then jumps back on a plane home. She pays nothing and clearly has no intention of contributing anything. It must still work out cheaper after paying flights though. At least asylum seekers are mostly poor with no money. These are health tourists with money who are literally paying for flights here. That's two examples I personally know of. Both are examples of parasitic behaviour. How many other people are doing it? 500,000 people came here last year alone. How many of them are immediately getting treatment at God knows what cost to us? How many more, like the woman, aren't in the figures because they are straight back on a plane after treatment? And apparently the NHS hardly gets the money off those who are meant to pay, well, unless they're getting the money up front. How on earth do they expect to get it back from people who have already left the country? Hearing these stories, it was nothing more than I expected in this country, if I'm honest. All the while the NHS has been brought to its knees. We are hearing horror stories of people who have had to wait hours for ambulances while loved ones lay dying on the floor. We all have to pay towards the NHS. We don't get to choose whether we pay our taxes towards it or not. It just comes out of our wages before we receive them. We are still forced to pay even if we can't access its services. Seems everyone in the world gets put before our own citizens, whether it be asylum seekers put up in hotels at millions a day or foreigners getting the healthcare for free. How much is this costing us, I wonder? Plus, if the asylum seekers need medical care, they'll be getting that for free like everything else. Can't imagine they're left unable to get treatment. I'm not blaming the immigrants, by the way, for all the failings of the NHS, as that blame lies at the feet of the government. They are the ones who are responsible for the state it is in. But no one can tell me with a straight face immigrants haven't put a lot of pressure on it, as well as all our other infrastructures. Not including the doctors and surgeons that come here, obviously. But that number of people doesn't just arrive here and have no impact on pretty much every area of our infrastructure. And as the Conservatives are destroying it, it is pressure and impact we could really do without right now.